Stardew Valley is one of the first games that springs to most people's minds when you talk about all things cozy gaming. It's rapidly become a bit of a backbone for the genre and is frequently praised as the farming sim above all farming sims. And for good reason too, it is just a good game. There's no other way to describe it. But as much as I could and as much as I want to, today, I don't want to talk about Stardew Valley. Shocker, I know. Instead, I want to turn your attention to the newest game from its creator so you can get excited about a life outside of Pelican Town. Something a little bit sweeter, if you will. Information is a bit thin on the ground at the moment, and there have been murmurings about what this adventure could be for a decent few years now, but we've still got a lot to get excited about. I'm Cara, this is Cozy Corner, and that's right, today I want to talk to you about Haunted Chocolatier. Any Stardew Valley obsessive will already have tabs on any sort of update about Haunted Chocolatier, but for those who aren't quite as clued up on what to expect from ConcernedApe's newest adventure, let me break it down for you. Haunted Chocolatier is a chocolatier meets life sim where you become a chocolate maker for a pretty desolate looking town. You'll need to go out and find ingredients for your creations through foraging and visiting new realms to take down enemies and such. You know, proper Wonka stuff. Before returning to your magical castle to bring your wildest sweet treat dreams to life. You're not alone in your castle either, and as you start bringing your chocolate shop to life, a cast of friendly, or at least I assume friendly, ghosts will come to help you out. Hence why the chocolatier is haunted. From the few trailers we've seen of the game, these ghosts appear to help you sell chocolate and carry things around. Obviously you can't expect them to do everything for you. They are only ghosts, but I don't doubt that they have a few tricks up their sleeves. Ghosts don't wear sleeves, so rather a few tricks up their ominous mists to keep you on your toes. You'll also complete quests and develop relationships with a variety of townsfolk, just like you would in Stardew Valley. We haven't met the full cast of characters yet, but a few interactions suggest more dialogue options are available for us to choose from, potentially hinting towards romanceable options, maybe? Please? Who is going to be my new Sebastian? So yes, there's a lot of similarity between looks and content-wise as Stardew Valley, but it's by no means a successor or sequel to our time in Pelican Town. Haunted Chocolatier is its own entity, or currently its own enigma, waiting for us to make our own. Plus, I imagine there is going to be quite a lot that makes Haunted Chocolatier unique which we haven't seen yet, because what is the point in sharing all of its secrets ahead of time? In an interview with PC Gamer, Eric Baroni shared that he wanted to crank up the imagination and the creativity in Chocolatier and go all out doing kind of weird, interesting things.
One thing lately that I've been kind of interested in is the intuition. And you might even almost say like a spiritual aspect, because I feel like intuition and like spirituality, they're like a different part. You have like the left brain, which is like the mechanical engineering thing. And then you have this kind of like intuitive, like psychic, paranormal side. And it's like, I feel like games are often very left brain focused. It's like, here's how, here's your ingredients. Now engineer the perfect chocolate. Instead, I'm thinking like, well, what if you like do intuitive chocolate making?
So who knows what exactly to expect from the game itself? Ooh, a message from future Cara. After we filmed this video and after Eric Baroni's interview with PC Gamer, a blog post was published to the Haunted Chocolatier website going into more detail about the intuitive chocolate making process. Baroni states in the blog post that there is no way to make a truly intuitive chocolate making system in Haunted Chocolatier. The best I can do is make it seem intuitive on the surface, but eventually min-maxers will reverse engineer everything and find out how to optimally game the system. Toward the end of the blog post, Baroni also states that he's probably getting too philosophical about all of this, and at the end of the day, a game has to be fun. That's what's most important, and that is always my primary goal, before ending with a neatened TLDR, sharing that basically, there will be more than one way to make chocolate. Back to you in the studio, me. From what we've seen, there are a number of enemies you'll have to face and boss battles to work your way through, but in the grand scheme of things, we still have so much to learn. One thing that we've seen a pretty decent amount of though is combat. In Stardew Valley, you could easily avoid any sort of combat given you weren't the designated member of the party heading to the mines. Or worse, the Skull Caverns. But Haunted Chocolatier seems to have more of an emphasis on fighting. Aside from the obvious boss battle soundtrack we've already had a listen to, appropriately named B-Boss, The original trailer of the game showed the player going through a doorway into a different realm and taking down a variety of enemies, which I assume will give you all important ingredients for chocolate. Which is a little bit gross if you ask me, but don't knock it till you try it, I guess. Stardew's iconic slimes are there, but the player has also been seen battling against a black bird as well as a leafy creature that springs from the ground when you get close. You'll fight with a sword, which is expected, but the trailer also shows off the ability to fight with a bow. As an advocate for ranged weapons, since I'm pretty useless when it comes to being face to face with the action, this is the thing that I'm most excited about and keen to see more of. While development for Haunted Chocolatier is still very much underway, it's unlikely that we'll see the finished game anytime soon. After all, we don't even have a release window, let alone any sort of concrete date. Eric Baroni has been hard at work on the game since 2020, but between creating that, alongside new Stardew Valley updates, it's been a bit of a stop-start from what I can gather, which probably explains why we haven't heard much as of recent.
I'm still totally knee-deep in development. It's going to be a while still, but I'm trying not to rush myself too much. I'm trying to stay relaxed and stress-free. The problem is I have Stardew Valley that I still have to worry about.
In 2023, Baroni confirmed that he was taking a break from Haunted Chocolatier to work on Stardew Valley's 1.6 update, but now that has rolled out across all platforms, you'd think all focus is back on the newest project.
I think at some point I'm going to have to completely cut off everything else, and honestly, I've thought about maybe I should just go into a cabin in the woods and completely get off the internet and just say, okay guys, I'll see you in 2 years. You won't hear from me at all, and I'm going to finish this game.
Still, it's been a while since we've received any sort of development update, so who knows where we're at. At least Stardew Valley has raccoons now, but that's besides the point. So far, all we've seen is a trailer, a boss battle song, and a handful of screenshots, none of which give away any significant details about the story or setting, even from my in-depth screenings. But also a lot of my time looking at and watching things about the game was spent in awe, since there's something about the art style I absolutely adore. So much so, I want to make it into its very own chocolate bar and eat it. All we can really do now is sit and wait, and hopefully we'll get an update on Haunted Chocolatier sometime soon. If there's anything you'd like to see in the game, or if you're already planning some crazy chocolate recipes, be sure to drop a comment down below and subscribe to PC Gamer to join me next time in my cozy corner of the internet. That's all from me.